Welcome! No, we gotta do this right. Because we gotta count down. You can't just... Yeah.
There's a countdown?
Always.
Now.
Anyways, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to another star-studded episode of the F Movie Podcast. We're your hosts, Annabeth, Jill, Nathan, Dylan, and Mason, in reverse order. And on today's episode, we're talking... which one of your movies is it? Jill. Yeah. I couldn't remember if it was Jill or a split
It's
one.
clearly Annabeth. It's another horror movie.
Yeah.
Annabeth notoriously loves
It's
it.
a horror movie.
Is Nosferatu a horror movie?
More than this.
More than this.
Yeah, I would give it that. And Jill,
Anyway,
what are we talking about?
We watched Us.
Us.
Another Jordan Peele movie from 2019.
Uh-huh.
Maybe the shortest title movie we've ever reviewed.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Very concise.
Makes it difficult to pull up sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah, you can't
You're
just
right.
search Us and it be, always the movie.
Mm.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of This Is Us, Last of Us, everything else but this.
Yep.
How
You
dare this
gotta
movie?
do Us Jordan Peele or Us 2019.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
that's a lot of work to pirate. Anyways,
Anyway.
Yeah, Jill, actually, you're stuck with the task of what is this movie about?
Well, it's a movie about doppelgangers is the shortest way to say it.
Technically correct, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about a family. I was gonna say middle class, so I guess they're kind of upper middle class because they went on vacation home.
They're doing well.
Yeah. It's a movie about class divide. Family goes to the beach. The woman, when she was younger, meets her doppelganger. Spoilers if you haven't seen it. They swap places.
Yeah, that's a huge
That's a
spoiler.
humongous
It's a big
spoiler.
spoiler. You
It's-
think you have enough people who care?
It is the bigliest spoiler.
I mean, to
would
be
say.
fair, nobody watches this, so no worries about
Whoa,
spoilers.
Chris watches this. Sometimes.
Yeah, maybe Chris hasn't seen that movie yet.
Yeah.
Hi, Chris.
Hey,
But
Chris.
I will say
My
you
price
should
is
never
Mom.
watch this unless you've watched the movie. Otherwise, what do you
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
There's no
Like,
reason
what
to
are
be
you-
here.
You don't like us
there's
that
even
much. Like,
less
come
of
on.
a reason to watch if you've not seen the movie.
Right.
You really like us.
Yes.
If you were watching these without having
Everybody
seen the movie.
knows the FN and the FN podcast stands for it's spoilers. So
I mean, I did used to put spoilers in the thumbnail,
Yeah.
every
And,
time.
see, now the problem is because of the lack of consistency, people don't know if
well,
there's
and
spoilers.
I had the V for Vendetta. I had even on the sign, it just said spoilers.
Spoilers, yeah.
over
that
and
was
over
that was
again.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
V died in the end, for those wondering. Anyways, hope that wasn't... You should go watch that movie. It's aged exceptionally well and is saying a whole lot about what we're going through right now. Not what we're talking about today, though. Us, though. Doppelganger CIA experiment.
Yeah, there's a group of the tethered that live in the tunnels underground that are all over the U.S.
Mhm.
Everyone has a match in the upper world, and one day they decide to kill them.
Yeah.
Kill the upper world.
There's an
people.
uprising.
There's an
essentially.
uprising.
A very
and they
controlled
hold
uprising.
hands across America.
Yeah.
Which is also how the movie opens,
Yeah.
Mhm.
with that little commercial about Hands Across
It's
America.
got something from the 80s. Were you happy?
Oh, I was happy at the start.
Yeah, he's like, I'm starting off
I was
good.
just this is comfy.
Mhm.
This is the right vibe.
Had you ever seen it?
No.
Yeah, that's right.
Everyone else has.
I'd seen it.
Yeah.
I had not.
Okay,
I
so
was-
you two had.
I
Okay.
saw it when it came out.
Gotcha. Yeah, this is Jordan Peele, right?
Mhm.
His second work after Get Out. We had mentioned last week that Get Out was a pretty big hit for his first debut, and then Us was also a pretty darn big hit as well, followed by Nope. But I think that this movie was definitely a really, really good follow up to it. Better than I originally thought. After my second watch now, I was pretty pleased with it. I mean, I really liked the family, and they made them so charming to
Yeah.
where each character was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
And they I feel like they got into it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
The terror started happening pretty much less than a third of the way through the movie, and it's just a pretty steady tempo after that. At least for me, it was.
I'm a little on ends on it though, because I think while we get into the meat and potatoes of the horror part of the movie, so to speak, pretty quickly, I kind of don't love the horror of this film. I guess I'll go to my way to say up front that we kind of start with the premise of a little bit of The Strangers.
It's a very much
Yeah.
The Strangers. As soon as they
It's-
come to the home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts strong, I'll tell you the moment that it completely shatters for me is the moment the doppelganger starts talking and her voice is so
Cracked.
stupid.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, that killed
What's wrong with
any
that?
intimidation and ruined, like, so much of any suspense
to
that
be
they had
fair,
built.
like everything after that moment to me is no longer scary. The scariest moment is when they're at the end of the road.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think that's my point, right? Like, a movie that hinges itself on a certain amount of horror. Now, credit to this film, and typically most of Jordan Peele's films, it's not always meant to be horror in the most direct sense, you know? It's not like slasher killer, strangers, they like the premise
it's
of it.
still a slasher after that.
And it still does slash, but honestly, it's like, I don't know, for me it felt like that there wasn't enough stakes in the film, and as silly as that sounds, it's just like, the entire time it feels like we're playing with the food in a way that isn't a thrillery way that I typically enjoy. It feels like we're just kind of like trying to psychologically torment while speaking to a bigger narrative, and just, for better or for worse, Jordan Peele's things I always think have like a really good, societal narrative and discussion about racial culture or disparity or things like that at the core of his movies. But for me, it just doesn't land. It feels like it's trying to do things. I don't know. I guess the execution for me is where I get lost in it, because if it goes for a little bit of a horror sense, it starts with it just like one little blip and then it flatlines for me.
I guess horror and suspense are two different things, but I
Right.
feel like it was
Thriller.
very suspenseful the
It was
whole way
suspenseful,
through.
and it is a thriller. You mentioned earlier, is it a horror? No. To be
Right.
honest, I don't think it is.
It's
And
a thriller
and
with
fine
horror
for it.
elements, yeah.
I think it's more of a thriller. It's more suspense, and we don't necessarily need all the blood. I mean, it is.
No, it doesn't need
And
to
you
be
just
super
said he
gory.
kind of like, I don't think you said he pokes fun at the horror narrative or anything like that, but he does play along with the normal genre a little bit.
He likes the rules of the genre, right?
Yes.
Like, he'll use the rules of genre
Yeah.
to kind of construct the film, but not necessarily be a film in the genre.
But I mean, this
Yeah.
movie
Yeah.
is riddled with like fun and upbeat points
Mhm.
that aren't so psychological thriller and
It's
stuff.
it's a very funny movie.
NWA,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, there's
Yeah.
so many points. The dad figure is like,
Yeah,
The
Winston
best
Duke
part-
is so fun.
Yes.
Yeah, that guy, from start to finish, is just like a joy.
they were talking about like a
especially
Heidecke.
when she's in the car.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She hits the other into the tree. Yeah. But I think, whenever I rewatched this, I remember thinking the first time I watched this, I was walking away kind of like lukewarm on it, because I thought going in it was going to be more, I guess, more psychological thriller or horror, even more than that. Because, I mean, Get Out is kind of like in a similar vein of that way, but I feel like
is
it's
purely
much better.
psychological.
Right. Where this one tries to do a little bit of slasher and fear elements, but I think it gets distracted by that, and it for me anyways, I didn't feel the suspense and thrill that I need from a thriller for me to feel connected with it, So if I'm going back to my typical discussion, if it's a horror movie and it doesn't scare me, it's not doing its job right. Like, for me, I didn't feel the stakes of the suspense for this in this movie, and I found myself just looking at it more as a, like, objectively comedy wrapped in horror thriller elements,
To Nathan's point, though, the voice thing, I can 100% see what you mean there, because it is very intimidating up until she starts to like gasp and fighting for every breath and every word that comes out. And to me, it wasn't scary at all. It was almost like troubling trying to listen to it for multiple reasons. Obviously, it's broken English. It's broken everything, and but I don't know. I think it was supposed to add to the eeriness of the family.
I thought it
And
was eerie.
Yeah.
The voice was creepy.
It is creepy.
The
yes.
voice was really creepy, but by the end of the movie, I was like, okay, so once I knew the twist, I was like, the voice doesn't really make sense. Because the voice would have made sense if it was someone who had never talked, who had had to learn to... Can you let me finish a sentence? Who had never, talked, who was learning to speak because they had been underground where people, didn't talk. But this girl was the girl from the normal world who went down and got switched with the doppelganger, so it makes less sense that, because she already knew how to talk. She could have, talked, even though she was around a bunch of people who couldn't talk, and maybe, that would be weird, but, she still knew how to talk.
notice that none of the other Tethereds can talk at
Right.
all. She's the only one who can talk because she was a real person.
Yeah.
She was like, what, 10?
8.
Yeah.
So she like had what, like
Something.
roughly 20 years to pretty much not speak or talk to anybody. And I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure when the
She
little girl
could've
grabs her
Oh, when
neck,
she grabs
she damages
her
her windpipe.
Okay,
that's
Yeah.
the premise that they tried to run with for
Yeah.
the voice. I think it's weak.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, but
It is a bit weak, and I would
Right.
almost rather it be like I kind of wish she was like 4
yeah,
when she got swapped, and like then it would
at least gives a better
lean in on that
context
one
for
a
it,
smidge
right?
more, and then you could.
I
But
think she has a better vocabulary than a 4-year-old, though.
she has a better vocabulary than an 8-year-old
Mm,
or even a 10-year-old.
also fair.
She was throwing some pretty large words out there, even with them being super broken in sentences. But anyways,
Hmm.
And like she needed to be able to talk for the movie to like tell the
Oh, yeah.
story.
Yeah.
But
I mean-
it would almost be creepier if none of the tethered people, like any of them, ever talked, because then, well, obviously, like none of the rest of them too. But like it would be creepier if they were just silent.
yeah,
But it wouldn't have worked.
You could, I mean,
But it would have been creepier.
yeah.
you could CIA exposition video when they're down in like the tunnel stuff. You know?
Oh,
Mm.
maybe you have like a room where there's like an old film reel that
Yeah.
you turn on and
Yeah.
it kind of explains what's going on,
Right.
sort
You
of
wouldn't
thing.
have that until the very end.
Give
of
us the
movie.
sinister a little bit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like less
They-
lawnmowers, but
I do think that they did a really good job with the doppelganger people, the Reds, basically,
Yeah,
the Tethers,
the Tethers.
because, I mean,
Where did they get all the
So,
uniforms?
it was controlled
The important thing
and
about this
structured.
movie is to not think too much
Ask
about
less
how it
questions.
works,
No.
but think a lot about what it means.
I was thinking, where did they get their clothes?
it showed at a certain point, though, during the organization of it all,
Mhm.
through all that exposition, like, they were, like, coming as a group, and, like, they were becoming, like, orchestrated and everything.
yeah.
I buy it. I mean, it's wild, and it's kind of insane,
The-
but,
I
like,
don't
it's
really think it
fine.
needs to make such extreme sense because I think the joy in is just all of the other parts of the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Well, now everyone's doubled, and,
You've
like,
also got the whole aspect of like they were reflecting the activities of the people on the surface too. So
and they knew what they were doing.
well, but like, why is it the night that they go on a killing spree, they're no longer bound to like being a mirror of the people?
Except
Because
for that
Red
boy.
gave-
Realized they didn't have to be as tethered as they thought they were the whole time.
I got the impression that it was that Red gave the order, right? Like in the timeline of things on my watch on this one, my understanding was that it's like Red can control her tether, or vice versa, right? Like normally the whole purpose of the whole thing was to make a bunch of tethered people, and they're supposed to be serving as people, like our regular people, right? But they couldn't really get the connection there, and then the one connection we did get was, this person, the regular human, can control this tethered, but then they learned how to control the other tethers. Like that's kind of the impression I got from it was that she was shot calling and that that she's like the puppeteer to the whole thing, and she let them kind of break the rules. But there's the thing that's kind of confusing about that though is that if that's still the case, like the whole story that Red, the main tethered, shadow person, or not really tethered, but the regular person rather, is that she goes through all of the motions of all the shadow work and stuff. She claims in her story that she gets raped by like Winston Duke's character because that's how they have kids, and that's why she hates her kids, because they got to have kids in a good, lovely like marriage context, but he's just enacting what she did to her, and she wasn't for that, and this is why she hates her kids. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's cool. I like a horrific, untold story. It's like the implication is scarier than what we're actually seeing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still kind of lost. I'm like, well, she can control people. Why the fuck didn't she stop that? Like,
Well,
Yeah.
she can't control them.
She can't. Yeah.
well, but gives orders, right? Like,
I think she just opened their eyes so they don't have to do everything their tether does.
yeah, but I mean, even then,
Because
she's
she's
still
clearly both of the Adelaides are clearly different from all the other tethers
Yeah.
/ untethers because they don't have both of them have more free will
Mhm.
than they ever had before.
I think kind of where that gets frustrating though is that she's like, all right, cool, you're all gonna do, and why I think it's the ordering part, right? Is that she's like, all right, you're gonna do the one thing that I know, and that's to do that childhood thing where all the hands are holding together, and that's why they're all doing it at the end. Which, for the record, I just think is kind of dumb.
I think much of that is just for the fact that was the shirt she had on whenever she was put down
Yeah,
there.
right. I think there's that an
Yes.
affection, and it comes to being like, all right, that was the last and it's probably just nostalgia.
Well,
you
and
know, like-
she did say it was to prove a point or something. I don't know. Maybe the idea was to say oh, the the ones below can be like better than the ones above because they're
Right.
able to unify more
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, it kind of gets a little M. Night Shyamalan-y there towards the very end.
Yeah.
And I say that because his films are mostly like, God.
Well, I think you're right because to me it's like more so in the idea of it like going towards like a hopelessness of like there really is no chance for this world,
Mhm.
or at least for this country
Yeah.
in this world.
Yeah.
Because you've got people that are trying to escape something that is inescapable.
Yeah.
They like the U.S. lost pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
you got a handful of people that maybe didn't
Yeah.
get got,
Yeah.
but most got.
Yeah. And
Yeah, that's why they had to go to Mexico.
Mhm.
yeah.
Mm.
But mainly because his films are also like on paper, fantastic.
Great
The
concepts.
coolest
Yeah.
ideas you'll ever hear.
Well,
and
like
you're
The
wow.
Happening is kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Right,
about
that-
Oh, you could. I mean, there's
The
so
Happening,
many.
Sign.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. But like,
He's a good idea maker. He's terrible
yeah,
execution.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
right.
Once you put a camera in front of it, you're like, wow, this doesn't really sound as good as it did in the boardroom,
Mhm.
and the table read, and the this, and the this, and the this, and then you're like, fuck, we got to put something in the theaters.
Yeah.
But I do think that this was fun up until, personally, the last, like, 15, 20 minutes.
Hmm.
I don't think that it landed quite as well outside.
So you
And-
mean like the whole end sequence in the underground?
Like
Well,
the whole ballet dancing slashing.
yes.
Like,
That, and that kind of got a little, what was that movie called that you had to rewatch, or you watched? Annihilation.
yeah. Annihilation.
Kind of
yeah.
with the dance sequence. But
I
anyways,
love that film.
yeah.
That
Um,
That's a good one.
yeah. If there were any movie that I feel like I should go back and give a higher score, and I probably gave it a hell of a high score.
Yeah, it's like a
I think
nine.
you
I'd
did
give it even
eventually,
higher.
yeah.
Go push it to 9.5. It'll get 10
Yeah, it's
eventually.
giving
It could hit 10.
Yeah, it could. I believe that.
But I don't know. I think they did a good job with the. I think I said it earlier. Like the characters, like even the little girl was pretty scary.
Mhm.
Like I don't know. Just even after she had ran and tracked her down, and the little boy
Mhm.
was. I think my biggest issue with the movie was like the little boy sequence with the gasoline and like the little lighter thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because he did just take control of him all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Right.
but that was so cool. I really
Oh,
liked
that was
that
neat,
part.
but it was just
where-
like that doesn't
But
make
then,
sense
like,
to me.
why aren't the other ones being
Yeah.
controlled
See
by
that's
their
what that
people are
that
doing?
points out the whole like thing that I feel like seems off about a lot of what they portray here of this whole linked thing, and then like I mean, is it because the boy's just weird? He's
Well,
just so
or
weird.
too
Boy is
young.
half tethered for
Yeah.
one thing. Also, clearly
Yeah.
just kind of knows
Mm.
more things than the other characters does.
Yeah.
Because you can see him thinking a lot more than anybody else.
Mhm.
And I
about
think
what's
he's more
going on.
tuned, I mean, than every other
He's more in
character.
tune to what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
I got, and that's the kind of same impression that I was getting whenever it was like, oh, we're talking about, either or Adelaide. It's the idea that the one in charge of the tethers, or at least giving orders, or doing whatever she's doing with the tethers, it's just like, yeah, okay, so they can control each other's tethered. I think she's just been there long enough where she's just like, all right, cool, I can give the orders, but the only real orders I really want to do is kill people and make a human bridge into the ocean. And I'm like,
Pretty
God.
sick.
Honestly, I'd still put that over our current leadership, because at least those are at least some
Hey,
of
they
those
succeeded
ideas.
something.
You know what? Yeah. They did build the wall, so
Yeah.
mission accomplished there. But yeah, I mean, I all of this to say, I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you on Shyamalan-y. Like, I think there's probably some cool ideas here,
Yeah.
but it gets lost in the execution for me in a lot of
Oh,
ways.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is some good ideas and some weird decisions on execution
Yeah.
that I think hold it back.
I think that the girl could have moved somewhere further away than Santa Cruz or Santa Barbara, wherever that carnival was, where she originally got taken.
Well, they were going there on vacation.
That was a vacation
though.
home, but still,
She
could
lives
you
somewhere else.
could you have not like
And the
I'm
vacation
literally
home
picked?
isn't. Yeah.
I'm going to
anywhere
Myrtle
else?
Beach.
Right.
Let's go east.
Well, and she also somehow forgets that she switched places and that she's the evil one that
Right.
came up.
Mhm.
Like, did they ever really lay out why it is that she doesn't realize that she's
Oh, she.
What do
I
you
think
mean?
she
below?
definitely
She
realizes
realizes.
it.
She absolutely
Yeah, she realized
knows.
at the very end.
No, you realize at the very end. She knows the whole time.
Yeah, she definitely knows.
Like, you can tell, like, because it was the first time you watched this movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's really fun watching it the second time through when you know for sure who she is the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah.
Because you notice that she actually cares about both sets of kids in a kind of a weird way.
Yeah, and she's off the whole time and like timid, and she even says to Elizabeth Moss's character on the beach, like, I'm not much on talking. Like, there's a bunch of take back points to all of it, but dude, I love that family. I genuinely love how despicable and like how much hatred that whole family has for one another.
Oh, the Tim and Eric family?
Yes.
Well, it's just Tim.
Is that actually him?
Yeah.
It does look like him.
Did you? I'm glad you came back to that point because I was gonna forget about it.
Yeah.
I can't not see that guy and be like, "Fuck me."
He did look really
You know?
familiar.
I'm immediately out. Like, unless it's a comedy, and even then, I'm still thinking that. But
Well, I mean, technically, it was a comedy. Anytime they were on,
that's my point. They were on screen, and the tone totally changed.
Yeah.
And you know that was a part that actually did bother me quite a bit on it. And a movie that's trying to have its stakes and eat it, so to speak, it brings in this guy. And he's just the most, like, I want to make this as unserious as possible.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, and it's
He
Well,
has a
that's so
yacht
they
that's
could bring
called
in-
the B-Yacht.
That was great.
Listen, I get it.
So they could bring in like the
appreciate-
slasher elements. Like you gotta have
Yeah.
someone disposable to kill.
I appreciate the juxtaposition. You create a tone here, and then you swing it back here. But, even Price, I think, would probably go out of his way, too.
Oh, he
If
would
I
be
have
all
to-
about that tonal shit.
If I have to agree with imaginary Price right now, I'm having issues with the movie. Is the idea where I'm like, no, the tone, this is the movie I'm kind of promised, and then they take a quick commercial break just to give us that, and then to kill them. And then even his tethered looks goofy. I don't know, man. I can't take any part of this family or these people seriously.
Tethered, like,
Yeah.
yeah, he was like part 8. He looked like Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah. Like, he was about to go do Ape Strong Together.
He was.
Yeah, like, that man was investing in GameStop shortly after this. But
But there was a lot of ties to the characters as well. Like,
There were.
Elizabeth Moss's character, she had said, like, she had some work done, so there was, like, a little bit of the girls doing cartwheels, which is also ham-fisted, but
Yeah.
also, like, I don't know. And also, he was just a goofball, and I think he was, like, drunk all the time, therefore his shadow was, like, acting like a sloshed sort of, like, human being trying to, like, sort of just game with the guy at that point. But yeah, I don't know. I really do think that they put some pretty darn good thought into the second versions of themselves. I actually asked Miriam if what she thought, if any of these actors, if you had pulled them to the side separately and said, who did you have more fun playing, like your real self or your
tethered
red self?
self.
Yeah, your tethered self. Hands down, it had to be the tethered self.
I don't know. I think Winston Duke might have enjoyed Dad.
That's just because he kept like grunting. He probably didn't enjoy that very much. But you're right. That's probably one of the.
That's one of the few exceptions in the rule on that one. Also, and this is one of the few times where I would have been like, fine, if you're gonna do it all the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really actually disappointed that Tim's tethered wasn't just Eric. Like,
oh my gosh, that would have been deep.
At that point, I'm like, you know what? That at least makes sense. That
Especially
transcends.
if they could make him look kind of like him
yeah,
as well.
if they kind of.
There's an audience overlap between Tim and Eric and this movie.
It's the universe.
Yeah.
It's the universe.
I mean,
Yeah.
clearly,
No, I
it's
mean,
this
for the-
audience
for the
right
audience.
here.
Oh,
Yeah.
just us three?
No.
Just you guys.
No, I think any people who watch Adult Swim, and that's a whole that's
I
a
have
generation
no
and a
idea.
half.
The only reason I know who Eric looks like is because he was on a show, and I'm like, who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah.
Why is
And
he
then he had
on
like the
my
lower
screen?
third saying who he was. Like, oh.
Did you never watch Tom Goes to the Mayor?
No.
That's
I don't know
actually
what that is.
that was one of their good properties. Actually, there were some funny jokes in that. Anyways,
Those are so few.
I know they're very far and few
They've
between.
done so much.
They've done. I know.
I love this light.
I wish they could be.
It's a horror
It's
podcast.
a spooker movie.
Yeah, it's
it
a
only
spooky
does that when
light.
we talk about
Yeah.
scary movies.
I like to think it's one of us getting an idea about something.
Especially Nathan.
Yeah,
His eyes will light up a little bit whenever it starts to flicker.
I think the idea I have is that unless we get any further thoughts, we go on to the shape of the movie.
That's a good idea, Dylan.
Sure.
Hey, damn
No.
it.
Ah.
Nathan, can you edit that light flickering when I do that? Thanks, Nathan. Anyways, Fat Thing perfectly fit. Shape of the movie. Mason, start with you.
I'd say it's pretty fit. I think it pretty much set out what it was wanting to do. If I had some qualms with the very end, it really couldn't have been trimmed out. It was just kind of where my headspace was towards the very end of it too. So it was fit.
It's fat. It needed Eric. Now
It's
that
thin.
now that
it's fat and
Yeah.
it needed more.
it's fat, and they needed to switch one actor, not even a couple, just one actor
To make it even fatter.
to make it slightly even fatter, and then you cut that whole segment out, and then you tell me that that's in the extra credit scenes, and you know what?
And then you buy the DVD.
And then you watch the director's cut.
You know, the problem is if there was a director's cut, I would have ended up watching it, because that's what always happens when you download this movie.
Can't wait for that to happen with Grass too.
Ah!
Has
man.
to.
Nathan.
Grass too.
Yeah, I mean it's fat simply because 2 hours is pretty long for
Yeah.
a movie. I think you cut 15.
How long are your movies?
For
No
this
less than
kind
3.
of movie,
Yeah.
you don't need 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
You're
What would
running
you cut?
you're
What would-
running long at an hour 45. Like at that point, you should have been done by now.
What would you cut?
So
like
when I just stopped
there is
watching
so much
Grass
about
2
this
about an
movie
hour
that
40
needs
in.
to be.
Mhm.
There, so much of this movie just needs to have been rethought. Like this was a really interesting idea, just poorly executed. What would I cut? I don't know.
You
but
would
there's
just like
stuff I just didn't like
restructure
about it.
and redo the movie entirely.
It's like
you
it's
wouldn't just like
generally
cut
it is
something
too long, and
specific.
there's nothing I'm gonna specifically point out because the problems I have with this movie are decisions that were made, not scenes that were put in.
Okay,
This is a fit movie.
I agree. It's
That
a
wouldn't
fit
fit
movie.
anything.
Yeah.
Man, hater central right here. That's where we're
Yeah.
at.
Y'all are a surprisingly hater group over here today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought-
Myself not
I mean,
included.
I thought I was gonna like this movie.
Wait,
If you had
you said
paused
it
it,
was-
20 minutes
said it was
in,
fit.
I
Okay.
would
A
have.
Okay.
whistle.
You're always on the wrong side of
I
the
know.
couch for.
Well, normally
He's
me and
right where
Dylan
he
are-
needs. Yeah, we're usually on
Yeah,
the
we're
same
normally
page.
pretty-
Yeah.
We're gonna be a little different on this one.
I think we'd be spot on Get Out, though. Yeah.
It makes me want to watch Get Out just to make
Yeah.
sure. But
I gotta, I will say that Us left such an impression that it slowed me down to watch Nope. Even though Nope has. Like,
did you watch it?
I still haven't watched it yet.
Oh,
I
haven't
will.
watched either.
I haven't, this was my first Jordan Peele movie.
You didn't watch Get Out?
I've never seen Get Out.
Oh,
I don't
man.
like scary movies.
Get Out's
Except this.
not
This was
really
not very
This
scary.
didn't. Yeah.
Okay,
this
so
one wasn't
Get Out's a-
very scary.
Get
so.
Out is about as scary as this.
It's
Okay.
probably
Well,
less.
see,
Yeah.
I have wanted to watch Get Out. I just haven't yet.
Yeah.
But this one was. I thought it was gonna terrify me because I feel like doppelgangers are really scary, and
Uh-huh.
this was not that scary. It was suspenseful though. So
Mason,
like,
do you get
kinda
scared when you see
but-
Henry Cavill?
what?
I asked
Is it
Mason if he
because I
gets
look
scared
like-
when he sees Henry Cavill.
I do have a chiseled jaw, don't
You
I?
do. You got a good job. Good for you.
Appreciate
Scores. Back to Mason.
it. Me and Jill had talked about last week whether or not Get Out was better or worse than Us. This movie is better than I remembered, and I already liked it going into it. It's really just it's whenever they really start to explain all that craziness and why the CIA did it and how they don't have as much control on it anymore and they don't have souls to connect and or that I'm sorry they what is it that they share the same soul?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Two
Yeah.
bodies, one soul.
And it's just this. It starts to really get less fun the more that they try to really push it. And I wish somehow, and I don't know how you do it. I wish that they could have left some of that out and added a little bit more eeriness to it because I'm with them. It's really not all that scary. I mean, it's a little jumpy from here and there, but with all that being said, I think I'm gonna land at an 8. I wanted to give it an 8.5, but it's just I can't forget like the last third. I'm not even kidding. Is just like seriously. Whenever they're down there,
Mm.
Yeah.
whenever the mom basically takes the. Does she still have the chimney stoker?
Yeah.
At that
Yeah.
point?
Yeah.
Right.
Fire
The
poker.
poker.
There are.
She carried that from her house.
That's what I'm
through the
saying.
whole
She
movie.
she didn't ever change weapons, which okay.
Hey, I
a
mean
good
that's a
weapon.
pretty good weapon.
That's a
man.
solid weapon choice.
Yeah.
It's got reach.
Don't need to reload it. It's got reach.
No,
Yeah.
no. I'm sorry.
No.
There are so many better.
Mason's
I mean,
like, this is
they-
America. We could have gone.
Well,
guns.
yet
Yeah.
speaking of,
Huh?
why were there not guns?
That's
Yeah.
true. There
Because
were no
those
guns.
those people were just like, we're just going to use knives. Like
yeah.
this
Oh,
is
no.
Because guns aren't
Scissors.
scary.
Scissors.
Scissors.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
It's because they're
scissors
in
are scary.
California, right? They're all a bunch
Well,
of liberals.
and they're
going
gonna
to
cut the tether.
Some
Yeah.
sort of
Points.
thing. Trust
So
me.
Yeah.
the
like
scissors
it's
make
about
sense to
sending a
them.
message for them. But
Yeah.
on the reverse side, I feel like the number of them that would have died in a gunfight would have been way higher
Well,
than the way this
Jill's
movie
got a
shows
point.
it.
We saw the California takeover. We didn't
Yeah,
see
we
the
didn't really
Kentucky
see
part
Or
of
the
it.
Texas one.
All of those
Yeah.
tethers
The-
are dead.
The only thing that they had was element of surprise,
Yeah,
and that's the only bit of like
and they didn't even
stuff.
they didn't wait that late. Like if they had started this around like 2 in the morning or
Mm.
something, they
That's
would have
true.
had
It
better
was-
odds.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was at
True.
like 7.
But
yeah.
I mean, there are
Seems
time
like they did
zones,
pretty well
so
for
you know
themselves.
maybe they couldn't have done it across time zones staged out. Maybe
Yeah.
California just had to be early.
I
I'm
mean,
trying to-
they did
There you
pretty
go.
good
Give
at
it some
times,
merits.
'cause
It was
Yeah.
nighttime.
The
It
Jeremiah
was
guy
dark.
dies in the day. I
That's
think
true.
they all die at different times.
Yeah.
Oh
The-
gosh, the 11:11.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
also looked that up.
Doomsday guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's from the Bible, I guess. It's
Yeah.
like something about like this will not end well for you. Or something,
Basically,
something like
yeah.
that. Yeah. It's some
Your
bad
shit's
shit's
about to get
start
fucked, yeah.
happening. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
LOL, you're gonna die. You
It
know,
did make
or
me
whatever
wanna-
God said.
Do you
Yeah.
guys enjoy the change from Vision Quest to Merlin's Quest?
What?
Oh, on
You
the
guys didn't see that?
I saw
That was
that.
funny.
Was it afterwards?
Yeah.
So like the Vision Quest tunnel thing that she goes in the
Mhm.
80s,
Oh,
it's called
yes.
Vision Quest because that's culturally inappropriate, and they
Yeah.
renamed it Merlin's Quest.
Yeah.
Modern day.
No, because I'm still here for the Aladdin's arcade. You know what I'm talking about? Give me that. You don't.
What?
Well,
oh,
Aladdin's
our
Castle.
Aladdin's
Castle.
Arcade.
Aladdin's
okay.
Castle in the mall.
So
Right.
I thought you were
Yeah.
too busy spending all of your hard-earned quarters at
Bro.
Mr. Gaddy's in Litchfield.
No, I didn't grow up.
There's
it was
nothing
14.
to there's nothing to win. In
There's
Litchfield.
nothing there. Yeah, you
They
just
have
you
a
just eat
claw
your
machine,
pizza.
and
You
that's
can
about
only
it.
lose.
There's a
in
closet with a
Litchfield.
couple of
Our
arcade
guys had a
machines.
huge arcade.
No, ours did.
Ours
and the one
did,
in
yeah.
Yeah.
Evansville has a big one.
The Litchfield one is like half of this like room right here, and it's a closet, and there's like 6 arcade
No, like
machines.
last time I was there, the Litchfield one had 2 claw machines shoved in a corner. And
Yeah.
that was it.
That's so sad.
2 of them don't work either.
Like
So
0 for 2.
spoiler. The one thing I'll amend on this really quickly is that California has a good deal of guns. I don't know if you guys heard about the Brother
Yeah,
versus
there's-
Crip
there's
War.
I mean,
quite a
yeah,
lot
there are
of
lots
There
of
is,
guns.
but credit where credit's due. They're in Santa Monica, right?
Santa Cruz?
Santa
Cruz,
Cruz.
which it's like
Yeah.
the San Diego areas and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's another thing. Gangs, like
Yeah.
there are tough people on the surface too.
Yes.
that
True.
would definitely be strapped,
Uh-huh.
like even in bed.
Yeah.
But it's element of surprise, and you don't expect to see yourself.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
true.
I'd kill myself.
Yeah. Easy. I believe that for Nathan.
I'm happy that he said it.
Like, no,
that,
that-
Can we clip that?
It's gonna be on Meme Central.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And
Nah.
see, okay, but when you said that, like, you can tell that the mom is, like, she cares more than she should about
Yeah.
both
Both
sets of
families.
kids. I totally read that as, like, they look like her children. She knows they're not, but you would still freak
Well,
out
that's
to
what you
be
can
like,
believe before
Well,
you
that's-
know that
Well,
she's
yeah.
a tether.
That's the ambiguity angle.
well,
of that.
right,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm saying,
Yeah.
like, it's not obvious that, oh, she cares too much about both sets of
Well, I mean,
kids
it's
for
clear
it
that
to
there's
be...
something happening in that moment, whether or not you
Yeah.
actually know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only man I'd be afraid to see is me. So that's tracks.
But you could kill a bear.
Easy.
Yeah, you just
If you can get your arms around it,
Yeah.
Mason.
No,
Yeah.
You guys are all that meme of the dog looking in the mirror saying, "I'm gonna get that other dog."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's spot on. This movie's gonna be a 6 for me. Yeah, I liked it less on the rewatch. I appreciate that there's some stuff at least that it's making. To your point, when we're knowing the fact that she's the tethered throughout the film on this one, I think that was a little bit more fun on the rewatch. But in general, like the parts that I enjoy are totally separate from what the movie's trying to do. Like I enjoy the family romp of it all, and I'm like, okay,
That's
this
good
is a
part.
great time. Like I do enjoy that whole little family vacation aspect to it. And then it's like, oh shit, we got to be like not a scary movie, but you know what I mean. I'm just gonna use the term. We're gonna be a scary movie now,
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh fuck, there goes the fun, you know. And like that's kind of how I felt. And then every time they were like, oh yeah, anyway, so here's Tim and Eric, but not Eric, and I'm like, fuck, man, missed opportunity. So yeah, there's just turn after turn. I remember thinking that there were things that I was starting to like, and then like the execution would just drop the ball with it, or like they would have an idea, and at times I felt like they were trying to over-explain it or do stuff like that. And then at times they were under-explaining it. So in a lot of ways, the movie just doesn't meld with me. I wanted to like it because I really liked Get Out, and I like movies that make you think and have a parallel with like real world discussions and things like that. I love all those things, and I think Jordan Peele is great with that in Get Out. But he didn't hit it out of the park for me on this one. So I don't know. Let's hope that Nope is the redeeming arc on this one. Mason says no.
Mason says
You
no.
said nope.
Mason says nope to nope. But I'm gonna.
He's exploring his genres.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. And hope.
Yeah, but if this is us, it ain't me. Nathan,
More of a
go
them.
Yeah,
Um,
more for you guys.
I mean, it's an interesting idea. It's got things that I like. I like the idea of like a hidden world, liminal space kind of situation. I think that's interesting. Doppelgangers is a very good concept. I mean, like anybody going into this is going to know that it's about doppelgangers.
Mhm.
So, with that expectation, as a kid, I had lots of awful nightmares about doppelgangers. Like having dreams of
Oh,
my
yeah.
grandmother like being in the kitchen like cooking something and then turning around and like it being her but knowing it's not her, and like just all kinds of like absolutely horrible nightmares I would have as a kid.
Mhm.
So great target, great subject matter.
You're a demographic.
Was
for this.
not at all what I think a doppelganger movie should be.
And thank goodness for that.
Mm. Nathan would kill
I just
himself.
realized that the reason I find doppelgangers so creepy is from you telling me about your nightmares.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice, nice.
So thanks for that realization
Yeah.
and that fear.
This experience influenced 2 people's scores today. So.
Yeah, I mean, the voice thing threw me
Mhm.
out of what was seeming like an interesting idea. There's just a lot of this movie just was perpetually dropping the ball. Like it was just like I got a good idea, I just can't keep up with it. I can't catch it. And it was just tumbling down the hill and it was stumbling after it and never caught it well. Yeah, I mean so much potential, so many fun ideas. The Hands Across America thing I think was also really funny.
Yeah.
And totally fine, but yeah, I mean this movie on the whole just didn't get me there. I'll probably land at like, I don't know, like I don't want to give it a really bad score because I don't fully hate it, but it just wasn't what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll probably go at like 4.5.
Did you just
What'd
call
I
that?
say?
I saw
Yeah,
you doing
come
like
on.
your hand motions over
Yeah.
there.
You never know with Nathan.
Mm-hmm. Hey, this is the hardest one to guess. Annabeth.
Me.
Yes.
Mm.
Annabeth has to figure out how this
Oh
lands
no,
in her.
I've-
under-
I've been
scores.
looking at my data
Oh,
points
okay.
here, so
I'm
don't.
glad.
She has to have a graph for her
I'm
to figure
ready
out. You know
this
what? But
time.
I'm here for it. I love people
You've
when
done
that
your
actually
homework.
put
No,
the
we
effort
should,
in.
we should make a graph. I need a graph of my scores. But
Ask
I'm,
Nathan to do it. He's got a lot of free time.
He'll do it, yeah, he
Loves
Jill will do it
data.
out
Yeah,
of
I
the sheer
sure
love
love
of
that.
data. So Jill, make
There
a
you
graph
go.
of my scores.
Just put it in Excel.
Honestly, Nathan's job is just to say
Great
no.
I want to see a.
A line graph?
A
Or
pie
bar,
chart.
A bar graph?
I work at a math. Yes, I
I'm
know.
pretty sure she's going like
No,
back
she
and
was
forth,
doing this
like,
for a second.
I
X's
bet
and
not,
Y-axis?
Oh, you're.
Shush, shush. I'm giving it an 8.
And
I liked it a lot. I
Yeah.
had fun. I wasn't too scared, and it's a good movie. And even though it had a lot of deeper meanings, I was a little confused about what they were. But that's because it's too smart for me. Or, I just needed to give it a little think. I'm not stupid. Also, I liked how in the flashbacks with, like, all the tethered people underground, they were really creepy.
They
like,
were.
I didn't like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And, like, I liked that I didn't like that because I was supposed to be scared. And when they
Good
were...
execution,
like,
says Annabeth.
Yeah,
Yes.
good execution on the way they moved in just like this uncanny way
Look like
that mirrored the
zombies.
people up
Yeah.
above. I was like, oh, that's one of the creepiest things in this movie, and it's not even happening to the family. It's just them existing.
Well,
So
yeah.
that was scary.
It's
So
below your feet, too.
right.
Mm.
You know?
Ooh, yeah.
Like, imagine that
Yeah,
happening.
like right now,
Like
there's
right
there's
now.
a group of people sitting
They're
on a
sitting on a
just like
couch.
making random grumbling noises.
Yeah.
Our poor tethereds.
yeah.
Over the last 5 years of podcasting, they're just like, ugh.
Anyway, but it's good. I'm gonna give it an 8. I liked it. I learned about Hands Across America afterwards because we watched some videos about it.
Because like when I first saw this movie, like I have no idea what this is either.
Mhm.
Huh.
So that was
I've
wild.
never heard of that.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it's Live United or something, right? Like,
It was the thing where they all
oh,
tried.
back then. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in the 80s, there was a thing.
Yeah, it was the
Where you
year
try to connect
after the
everything.
"We Are the World" song. It's the
Oh.
follow up to that.
And they
Yeah.
tried to raise money for like poverty in Africa
Wow.
by charging people like a $10 donation to join the chain, and they tried to make it literally go all the way across the country, and they mostly did it except there were some gaps. But
Nice
Well,
try,
oh,
Kansas.
one-
We're in
one
Nebraska.
farmer used a cow to like bridge the gap,
Yeah.
so that was fun.
Some mountains
But
got in the way too.
Then it ended up
Yeah,
not
right.
working out because they gave like a lot of the money, or like they
Okay, gave.
gave the
They didn't reach their goal,
Mhm.
and of the money they did make, they had to use about half of it for
To-
administration fees.
Oh,
Mm.
of
My
course.
Which,
God.
you
Yeah.
know, generally
Nice.
the score for a good charity is under 20% administration fees.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah,
instead
and they
this one
used
was
like what
50.
50% or
Roughly.
something.
Roughly.
It was a good wholesome idea that
It
was.
seems like it would have been fun to participate in.
Yeah.
Some people will say it was a different time, and I'll say it's the same exact time with different people. And even that might not be true. Might be the same people.
Mm.
Jill?
Anyway, yeah. Chill.
I really like this movie. I think it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed the rompiness. I enjoyed the suspensiness. Back when I watched it the first time with my friend Amy in the theater, we literally walked out of the theater saying, that was supposed to mean something. I don't know what it was. And we spent the next hour or so just talking through it. That's my favorite part of this movie, is just talking with my friends about different ideas of what little things can mean. I like all the little details of the movie, like when she does in the ballerina dance, they're doing a pas de deux, which is famous for being a two-dancer performance, but
And they're
they're
doing it
like
singly.
on the other
Yeah,
side.
two
Yeah.
individuals.
I like all the little
That's
things like that. I think it's a really fun movie. I think it's pretty well done. I don't like all the exposition-y things. I think that kind of lowers the movie a bit, but I'm still gonna give it a 9.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
A 9. Wow, that's good. I'm glad there was exposition though.
Yeah.
Like
That's
the
what I'm
closer it was
saying.
getting
Yeah.
to the end, I was like, they better explain this.
And the movie's
No.
like, maybe we don't.
And that's
Yeah.
where
Right,
I'm,
if
The movie does
yeah.
not explain a lot,
No.
which is kind of fun because you get to like have enough vagueness to kind of like talk it over,
Yeah.
but also you kind of need some exposition.
right.
The
like,
annoying part is that, I mean, I would think that most of it gets explained by, and then the CIA did an experiment,
Mhm.
and then it didn't go so great.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, it's a movie where towards the end of it, I was thinking like as it was going through, I was like, this is one of those ones where I'm probably gonna like feel like I need to look things up. But
Mhm.
as it got closer to the end, I was like, I actually don't care.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or you were well smart enough to have just been like, okay, that's what they're gonna, that's
Yeah.
what they're going for here.
It's just,
Okay.
like, hear different people's takes on different things,
Yeah.
and some of them I'm still thinking are very wrong.
Mhm.
Like, there's a theory that Jason is actually a full tethered, and I'm like, no, you're wrong. I
Yeah.
like your evidence, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
Why would they think that?
Because of the look that he gave her
There's
at
that,
the end.
and like when he's
Yeah.
on the beach, he's making tunnels in the sand.
Yeah.
That like he's like he can't snap to the rhythm of the song, and they think
Yeah.
that's like the evidence, but really it just shows the difference between him and Pluto, because Pluto, all the Tezards in like the Wilson family are kind of very opposite from their other person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like Abraham's very like stoic and scary, and
What's his face?
Gabriel,
Gabe.
Gabe.
is very
Gabe,
like,
yeah.
joyous and happy. I don't
Mhm.
know. They're very
I mean,
opposite.
it seems like all the tethered are that way because the twins also were like just monstrous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but they were like super outgoing and nice on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're very opposite. Also, the little fun details of like all of the Wilson family gets to kill their exact doppelganger with a thing that is a very capitalistic high society thing. Like a really fancy SUV kills one of them.
Mhm.
A golf club kills one.
Mm-hmm.
Like a shiny rock kills one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think all those little things are kind of
that's
fun to
fun.
like notice and talk about.
Yeah.
But they didn't put Eric in place of Tim for Tim's
So
doppelganger.
they get an extra point, really, for not having me have to deal with that.
See, it's one of the few times I'm like, it's a bit alarming to not have both now, to be honest, because now I'm constantly looking for it. And I remember thinking, actually, when I first watched this film, I thought the same thing, and I was like, so where's Eric? You know,
Yeah,
like,
it's
I'm like,
like-
where is that motherfucker?
Like,
Yeah.
did you check the credits? Was he actually like an extra on the beach?
Yeah.
Or
You know,
something,
and is he like the Jeremiah Finger bloody guy behind
Yeah, I
the
was gonna
scenes?
say, the guy on the beach.
Like, I haven't gone to check, but it's a bit fucked up to have one without the other. That's all I'm saying. You know, at this point, if you're gonna give me one, give me both.
Yeah, you
so
gotta
I
give them
know.
both.
Yeah. But Jill, you want to spin this
Spin
wheel?
that
Yeah,
wheel.
let's spin it.
Let's go to
Okay,
hockey.
we gotta erase the pronoun.
Pronoun, which way is it
Pronouns
going?
Towards musical. For
Yeah.
Shocker. All right, so
That's
these two.
right.
Are the same.
The edge gets even less of a spot.
The edge, bro. We're gonna laugh when that the edge hits.
I hope it does. I think it has 2 chances last time I checked.
Come on.
Theo.
No, I don't know
It's
what it is.
purple.
I'm just
Oh
gonna
my
react.
gosh.
It's
It's hockey.
Hell yeah!
What's
Mason.
hockey, Mason? Wait, let's guess.
Yeah,
Is it
go
the
ahead.
Mighty Ducks?
D2, the Mighty Ducks.
D3, D1, one of those.
None of the D's.
One of
Damn
the,
it.
None of it's
the more
not Mighty
serious,
Ducks.
like the
Okay,
actual hockey
is
movie
it?
that's like D3 or D2.
I think you'll get it. now.
Is it the Disney Channel original movie Go Figure?
No.
Dang it!
I love
I
the.
thought you were gonna nail it.
Oh.
I've never even heard of Go Figure.
Is it
It's
a
about
Disney
ice
Channel movie?
skating and hockey.
No, Walt Disney Studios made this
Oh,
movie.
another one.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Is
Right.
there one that's
That's
like
the
Mighty
theme.
Ducks that's actually like the Russian hockey game that I don't know the actual name of, but it's like the
Yes.
real version of
Is
the
this
Mighty
also
Ducks?
based
Oh,
on a
it's,
true
it's the
story?
D,
Yes.
it's the original D2. Well, not D2, but
Yeah,
it's the
that's
idea
movie
plot. That's what we're
pretty much the
talking
same
about.
plot
Okay,
line as
what's
one
it
guy-
called? What is
Yeah,
this
what is
movie?
Miracle.
That one.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
called Miracle. Yeah, but it's
Miracle on 34th Street?
nope.
That's the one.
Not like a soapbox
That's-
derby thing.
What?
No, that's
No.
like a Santa
It's
Claus
Santa
movie.
Claus.
Miracle on Lane 2 or something.
That's it with
Yeah.
Frankie Muniz, and he was
Yeah.
like disabled from the waist down or something. They had to like.
We're
make
all
his
gonna
own.
watch a different movie with Miracle in the
Yeah, you
title.
know what?
I'll watch that one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but kind of like the greatest game ever played. It's not quite a Disney movie, but it.
Damn
may
you,
or may not
Disney
feel
sports
like it.
movies.
I don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. I like
Yeah,
this hockey
I'm
movie.
excited about another Disney sports movie.
I'm disappointed. I wanted D2.
You can just also watch. You
I
can,
can't- I
you can
can't.
compare Mighty Ducks to this movie.
No, I've been doing this podcast for 5 years, 6 years.
Five,
That's
six.
a long time.
5 years. I can't watch movies without it being assigned to me anymore. It's
I mean, that's the
It's
only way I
longer
watch
than 5
movies.
because this is 2000.
2019
You guys
was when we
started
started.
in 18.
I think it was in January
19.
too, because it was cold.
Yeah,
So you
wow.
guys started
it was
in
fresh off the
19.
almost the bukkake. You remember?
January 2019.
What?
No,
Don't tell me.
What did you
whenever you took me to Nathan's house for the first time and what's her face was there, and I was saying like Mason, what did you bring me to?
Yeah, no, yeah.
We'll show-
we'll
no,
do
no,
that
We're
later.
gonna spill
Anyway.
witnesses after this is over.
Anyways,
Yeah.
more of that for off screen. If you want to figure out what I'm talking about more, Chris, then make sure to pay for our Patreon down below.
Yeah, Chris.
$5 Venmo over to me or Mason, and we will give you the link. And Chris, you were there, so you want to
Yeah,
know.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think he does too.
I know.
Anyways, if you like our content, as always, let us know below. What did you think? Is this a really heady movie? Is it not? Did you like the execution? Did you not? I don't know. I'm curious as well. Is Nope better? Which is the right order? Nope, Get Out, or Us? Yeah,
That's
whatever
the one
this
we
movie
just
was.
did.
Are they
Yeah.
also
I already
in the
forgot.
same universe?
Well, they did make a They. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
they made
they
a
did.
TV show.
They made
after
You.
this one.
Like related?
Yeah,
It's
that
Yeah.
was
It's
you.
the same.
Yeah, it's the same. Anyways, as always, make sure to give us a thumbs up for all the content we do. We've been doing it for years, as I just stated, so come on, please help us. And then, also, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We're at 69 subs, so we're almost at 420 anytime now, so if you could just go ahead and hit that
So
sub button,
close.
then we could get there, and our
But
dreams...
all at once. You can't like leave 69
No.
out going up.
You go
immediately.
69, and then all the way to 420, and then we're freed. And then the podcast actually just ends.
It's like
we're,
when Dobby gets
Oh, I
the
mean,
sock.
You're just telling me I need to set up some bots.
yeah, we're in limbo
Just thinking
until we
that.
hit 420.
Free us.
Don't forget to hit the bell, and that way you'll be notified when the next movie comes out. Until then, guys, we'll see you for Miracle
On Nothing Street. It's
On-
Miracle.
on
And,
Second
and not in
Avenue.
any lanes either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No lanes, no streets.
No streets, no lanes. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Feet.
You guys are gonna hate this movie.
Yeah,
Are
Yeah.
we?
Oh yeah.
this movie sucks.
I
This
like
movie
Greatest
sucks.
Game Ever Played.
I'm sorry. It's
No,
not. It's not
it's
nearly
not
as
that.
whimsical.